nerves that, you know, we about to get hit with this snow and shit. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
already know, man.
plan for these little next couple of days. But other than that, man, the day was tight. Man, ain't no complaints from me.
Yeah, it was a smooth work day for me, man. Everything was going good.
Mm,
Same old, same old. Shit, let's get into this topic though.
let's get it.
Um, how do you feel about being a stepfather, man?
Mm, man, that shit, man, that put the biggest smile on my face to be a stepdad. Being blessed with the step kids or bonus kids. I don't really use the step word because of the stigma, and I'll get into that in a minute. But man, this has been an awesome journey to be a bonus parent to Dominic and Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like they're mine, and I've been around them for so long. That's what makes it so unique. Is I've been around since they were babies. So
Right.
you know having them now as my bonus children, man, that's a blessing. And I know being a step or bonus parent can be intimidating for the masses because most people aren't fortunate like how I or blessed I would say as I was by having already known the kids already and watching them growing up to where we're here now. And I'm co-parenting and being a bonus parent to them and a role model and father figure to them. So not a lot of people have the that type of say fortune like I had. But man, being a step parent though, man, it feels so good, and I didn't think it would. Like I was gonna mention with the stigma of step parents, like it's always stepdad is mean, stepmom is abusive and all that other shit. You always had this type of abuse with step parents, so it definitely wasn't intimidating or have the thought to be one. And I knew I would be one at some point when I had my kid and things didn't work out with, my ex and baby mom. I'm like, all right, this shit just gonna have to happen. But I know for me, I'm just gonna follow the lead of the parentals and, put my spin and my take on, type of parenting, how I'm gonna bring what I bring to it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, being a step parent, man, it's great. And with the shit that I've been going through, and we've talked about this offline and many numerous of times, um, you know, I've had many great moments with, my step kids or bonus kids more than I had with my actual kid. And that's just with you know, the clash and numerous of, just toxic and narcissistic, just controlling co-parenting that, I've been receiving and being alienated and just being taken away when I'm here. I'm available and I want to be a dad, but you're not going to tell me how to be a dad. So we haven't had the greatest of moments because we didn't have much time. So with my bonus kids, I was making up with that, spending more time with them. And even though I would have my son as much as I would have him, I would always make the best of it, and we've been doing that, of course. But
Right.
yeah, man, I truly am thankful and I'm blessed and appreciative, and this time is very splendid being a step parent.
What's the con to being a step parent to you?
Mm, not being fully able to do like what you want, like with your own child. With your own child, you can control and you can parent however you feel because that's yours. But these are someone else's, so you got to follow their lead.
Mm. That's the only downside, like to you.
And then at times, it could be, uh, moments where the children, try your luck or whatever, and you would want to do what you want to do, but you can't. Like I say,
Gotcha.
that would be my only downside or con to it. It's just that I really can't control 100% on the parents
Right.
how I would,
Got you.
because it'd be like shit that I'll see or witness or hear about, and I'll be like, damn, you ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you gotta whoop kids nowadays, because you don't have to. Conversation is damn sure, go a long way. nowadays. But you know, some things, you know, you got to do a little shaking up. Like, hey, look, man, kind of get their attention because these kids, man, they don't be hearing you. They'll
No, they
hear you.
don't. They
They'll
they don't
hear
hear.
you. They'll hear you, but they ain't hearing you.
Yeah, they hear you, but they not listening.
Yeah, they ain't listening at all. Nope.
For me, man, I love being a stepfather, and I asked the night one day, like, how do you feel about me calling you my daughter? Because I don't like calling you my stepdaughter. You know what I'm saying? I know you biologically, you're not my daughter. However, I'm there for you, like your real father would be. And she was cool with it. She was real cool with it, and I really appreciated her telling me that she's comfortable with that. Um, it's always it's always some new stuff happening, like stuff that I wouldn't be expecting for her to be on with me, you know, like just recently, like lately, she finally learned, hey, you know what? I can't talk to my mom right now. Let me go ahead and talk to B. She'll text me real quick, let me know something, let me know what the problem is between those two. And it's funny because she'll tell me the story. It'll just be literally her version of it. Then when I talk to
Right. To
Shahina,
one side. Yep.
yeah, yeah. But when I talk to Shahina, it's like it always be like a little small part of the story missing. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tapping
What
in. But
up,
yeah,
though? What up, though?
it's
What
always
up, though?
one small part of the story missing, and she'll just come out of nowhere, let me know about what's going on. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love being there for her like that. And the downside obviously is the same as yours. There's been a lot of times where I've had to like bite my tongue because of something that she
Yeah.
was saying, and it was like, oh, I know if I go off, I'm about to ruin our relationship. Let me relax, So that's the downside. Like you can't be, unfortunately, you can't be 100% yourself. But I mean, where can you be? When you think about it, you can't be 100% yourself at your job. So
Right.
it's still like a job. You feel me? So
Gotta have your professional self and then your actual self.
absolutely. So
Hmm.
that's exactly what I treat it like. But I love it. The downside obviously is I can't be there for my kids the way I'm there for her. But that's why I'm on this level of thinking that I'm on right now. Like we talked about earlier this week, being on the confidence tip. You
Yeah.
know, on the
Yeah.
confidence tip, it feels different, bro. Like you can't, it's like you got to look at the good in every situation,
Yeah.
even if it
Everything.
sucks. It
Every,
sucks. It sucks. I can't be there for my kids the way I want to. But the good side is I know it ain't me. So let me go ahead and just be there for my other daughter. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's what
So
I'm saying. Like
hey,
I focus that energy into them. Like, okay,
yeah. And it
when I
it,
had
it
when
feels,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like if I had once I have my son and had that time with him and he's around and everything, it's always gonna be a good time. We always gonna do something, but it's limited and this time is short. So
Right.
now it's just a certain amount of time and I gotta return them and everything else because of her insecurities and emotions and everything else. Then I gotta suffer being a dad because she wants to control the situation and that's not fair. But everybody has their time and their day, and one day I will prevail, and I will be able to be that father that I deserve to be. You know, but
Right.
that's why I focus all that energy on Dominic and Sophie. And
Yeah.
it's like, why not? It's like Sophia is such an animated character. She just like her mom, like a split image of her mom, and she's like
Right.
times 10 though. Like she's like the next up. Like she's the sequel, definitely.
Right.
That's my
Right.
girl. I love her to death. She's very talented. She has her nice little artiste, thing. When she draws and everything, she got that going on. She is just such a ball of joy, and I love that girl. She puts a smile on my face when she came home. I saw them. I was doing, my job shit, but when I heard them coming in and everything, like I just got kind of amped up, and then Dominic came in with his Spider-Man outfit on, and gave me a
Mhm.
thing, and I was just felt so warm of joy seeing them, and I just put all that love and that energy into that, man. That helps me mentally get myself through the day and not, be so down about or, feeling, you know, resentment or anything else for my actual parental situation.
Right. Yeah.
You can get so much joy in texting and calling and what's that, FaceTiming, but
Mm-hmm.
actual time spent and being there and being able to teach and give the game and being able to show him things and just all of that, man. Going to do things that I know he wants to do, like bowling. LJ wants to bowl. He's a bowler. He likes that and he's natural at it. But
Right. Yeah, I already get it. It's all about that timing, bro. I understand, man. You know, one of the things I really miss doing, especially when I had all the kids at one time, mainly with Beezy and Anaya, was taking them to go play ball. They loved playing basketball. And it's a funny thing. B don't even really like to play basketball. But Anaya's older than him. So he like, I'm about to follow what she doing. See, at first, when I first, Anaya wanted to play basketball because I guess some of her friends was playing. So I said, all right, bet, I'll teach you how to hoop. Cause I have zero game when it comes down to playing ball, but I can teach them the basics, and I know how to
Right.
shoot. That's all I could. That was the best thing I could teach them, was how to shoot, because I never had handles. I wish I did, but I never had handles. But I could shoot, and I was fast. So once I started telling Beezy about it, he like, man, nah, you know how he be sometimes about stuff, but
So
when
nonchalant.
Anaya was on it, oh my God. He was like, when I took him to the park, I'm like, B, you got two choices, my guy. You either can sit at the crib and just be bored out of your mind playing that game because you're gonna get tired of it, or we can go ahead and go to the court together.
Play hoop, man. We can
He
hoop.
was like, all right, I'm gonna go. We went. I showed him the basics because I obviously knew just enough to show them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great, bro. Like the summertime used to be the greatest because of that. You know what I'm saying? And man, I miss that, but I know that I can still do that with Anaya. You feel me?
Facts.
So
I
the
could do
fact that
all
yeah, the fact that I could just take them to go do stuff like that, or take her to
that.
go do it, it feel good because I'm still able to utilize my fatherism. You feel
Mm,
me? And that's what's important, because at first I was like, yo, I'm dead out here if I can't be no dad, So
like,
for a
what's
minute,
the purpose?
it's yeah,
Like,
exactly. It made me feel like I didn't have no purpose. I was losing myself, and shit. This is why we here right now. So it's wonderful, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. Like the only kind is, like I already said, other influences that may like hinder her from getting closer to me. But now she's getting old enough to see, man, what you talk about? Be cool, whatever. So
mm,
I'm glad she coming into her own and realizing, yo, this dude, he just got my best interest. You know what I'm saying?
you just doing
And
what
that's it. And it feels amazing, dog. I can't lie. The good outweigh the bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the
for
best way.
sure, for sure. And I think the reason why that is because even though it's a new situation, well, it's not new, but it's been some time now, but it's because we already knew the kids.
Right. There you go.
We already
There
knew.
you go.
We already had a relationship, so they already have an idea of us. They already seen us in the good light. So they were seeing us at that time. We were just the uncles, fun, messing around, beating them up. It's still the same thing, but it's just they're older and it's growing a lot stronger. And
Right.
more time been in there, man. Like I could just go ahead and just like my family dynamic is dope. Like I could just go downstairs and go get a Nerf gun and it's on.
Right.
Everybody going down there and go get strapped up real quick and it could be just sporadic. Or
Yeah.
or I'll say, come on, y'all, let's go play the Wii. And we'll play Mario all for hours. Playing that old ass Wii on Mario, or we'll play Mario Go-Kart racing and we'll do that for hours.
Yeah.
Or we'll do the uh that's the Wii Sports. Oh man, that's our shit.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
You know what I recently got a night to play finally, bro? Mortal Kombat. The last time our boys was together, they was playing it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, Anaya finally got to a point where she wanted to start playing it. So now she like, all right, I'm about to master this. At first I took it light on her.
Mm.
I started letting her beat me up a little bit so she get her confidence up. And then she actually started beating me, bro. The only
What?
thing now, yeah, but the only thing now she got to work on is her finishing moves. She don't be remembering them, but they be right in front of her. Like she be having enough time to look at them
Dog,
real quick and do.
got them finishing moves you sent me when LJ and Brandon was playing, and you
Yeah,
wrote down the finish moves. I still got that shit on the text, dog. Because we
yeah.
got it at the crib. Dominic got it on his week.
Oh, that's what's
I mean,
up.
not
Yeah, man.
his switch. My bad.
Yeah, man. She love it though. At first, she'll watch me play it for a minute, and then like she'll see me do a finisher and be like, "Oh, that's disgusting," but low key think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's really dope, man. That I'm able to still utilize being my skills of being a father and showing her how to do stuff, teaching her stuff. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? So yeah, man. It's definitely been a blessing. It's definitely been a blessing.
Yeah, blessing is this is one I can definitely appreciate, man. Because like I say, once I had my son, I knew eventually, all right, I was gonna be a stepfather, but you never know to whom. You never
Right. And
know.
we were blessed enough to know these kids already. You feel me?
It was
That's
like
the greatest part about it.
it had to be this way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was designed and it had to be this way. If I was gonna be a step parent, it had to be to some kids and a person that I knew for a long time, and that's what God presented me. Like, all right, bet you prayed for this, so here it is. You got her, and this is what you have also. So what you gonna
Right.
accept in it, or are you gonna nah? Knowing me, hell, fuck yeah, I'm accept all this because it's like it's regular scheduled programming. It ain't nothing. I mean, hell, even when I was around them like that, it felt like we was all just a happy family anyway.
Right. Yeah, man. That's dope though, man. I love it. I love it, man.
What's going on? Who in the comments? See my brother-in-law in here. What's up, Herm? What's going
What's
on?
up, man?
Yeah, Reese. She says being a step parent is harder, but once they come around, it's amazing. Yeah, and that's a lot of people go into those kind of situations because we were blessed to have, those relationships with those kids before they became our step or bonus kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just say if the situation was in reverse, where it's a chick that you met, she had a kid, couple kids or whatever, you got your son, two kids or whatever, and you don't have no relationship. First time you ever meeting them, 3 years ago,
Right.
and you with her, y'all married, y'all together, and they getting to know you, and it's kind of different because kids could take sides, and they have their ways of dealing with divorce and dealing with new situations. Could be
Yeah, it could be
kind of hard.
challenging,
Kind of
and
hard.
it could be real hard on them because the sometimes the other parents might have a big issue, and then it turns into a big problem for them because then they gotta be two or three different kids. So yeah, that too. We both we both witnessed that. So but other than that, I mean, all in all, like when you give it time, sometimes you gotta fall back to let everything fall in place. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
it's
sit.
really
You gotta cut your grass and fall back
yeah.
and see if it's some slithering going on.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Dewana said, as a bonus parent, do you feel that it's important to stay on one accord with the other non-custodial parent?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
it is, but it sometimes it doesn't happen like that, unfortunately.
no,
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it would be dope. But everybody not everybody doesn't share the same sentiment,
yeah.
unfortunately. You
Everybody,
know.
yeah, we do understand that everybody's not kumbaya. Everybody don't have their kumbaya. All right, let's be an adults because everybody are in their emotions. But it would be nice to have that relationship a little bit. Not saying that you guys got to be best of friends and we're all a family, but to show unity for the children, to show that we're all in this together. We're all behind you, and no matter what differences or how ever we may feel, we're all gonna love and respect each other in front of y'all to show y'all what it's all about. It's the bigger picture, which is them.
Mm-hmm.
So ideally, yes, it would be nice to have that good rapport with the other custodial parent. Because I mean, what if the two parents, the parental parents, what if they're not able to pick up the children, and the both non-custodial, the bonus parents, they have to communicate. Like, all right, look, where you gonna be at? I'm gonna be on such and such and such. Meet me here, here, here. It's good to have that relationship because you can get in any kind of situation. So why not have good rapport?
Absolutely.
Now,
I
does
agree.
acting like that? Nah,
Right.
because niggas don't grow up.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Let's check out another comment. What Reese say? She said, "How do you guys handle disagreeing with the other parent? Like, how they handle a situation?" You wait a minute, Reese. Are you talking about the other parent as far as the biological parent, or you talking about this? The custodial parent. What you talking about exactly? We need to know.
Yeah,
Need a little more context.
look, context, little clarification on that.
Yeah. Now, one thing I can answer is let's say me and my kid's mom, if we get into a disagreement, unfortunately, it's just a disagreement, and we don't never get on the
So,
same page because
mm-mm.
there's a there's always a stipulation, if you will, for me to parent with with her. So it doesn't work out in my favor with that type of situation at
Right.
all. Um, sometimes if it does go smooth, unfortunately, when it goes smooth, I gotta brace myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you gotta expect something else is gonna happen. A curveball is gonna get thrown in there some kind of way, bro. Something
Yes.
always
Yeah.
happens.
Now, what I can say, cuz to your question, now she said either parent. Okay, cool. So listen, now what I can say is this: I haven't had a good, I haven't had a real good moment with my ex in that, as far as trying to co-parent. However, when we did have good moments, like I was just explaining, it didn't go right. But she was able to effectively co-parent with Shahina for a short period of time. But when that happened, it was going great. However, once the focus got taken off of the kids, it
Hmm.
went south.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And we got another comment here. It says,
Luana.
Luana, how do you keep away jealousy from your bio children versus your bonus children when they're not in the home with you? Ooh, you know what? You do that by just still keeping a regular schedule programming with your bio children, with your bio child.
Mm-hmm.
You can't switch up because one moment you switch up and you showing a little bit more attention, or you all on their side, or you just doing a little too much for your bonus kid or your bonus children, your bonus or your bio children, they're gonna feel some sort of way. For sure,
Absolutely.
for
You
sure.
know what? What's funny? I've experienced.
No, when
Go
none
ahead.
of them, treat them the same. You give them the same love, same amount of love, and you let them know, and you tell them like, "Hey, listen, ain't nobody above nobody. Y'all, all y'all, my children."
Right. Yeah.
And
And you
that's
know what? I've done that. I've done that, and but I've also seen Beezy still get sort of jealous of Anaya, and I didn't understand what was going on. But then I started thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, maybe it's not that I'm not showing the even amount of love. Maybe it's because he sees that we still have a bond. Like
mm,
he like, I got a bond with my dad, but at the same time, that's my dad. That's my dad. You know what I'm saying? So he had one of them moments where he was like, I guess you could say feeling entitled. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So that's what was going on.
yeah. And LJ felt that because he said that to he brought that up to his mom. He's like, yeah, LJ always feels like you always reward Dominic and you always high five Dominic and this and that and the third. I'm like, well, Dominic does a lot of dope shit. I mean, he's very creative. He does things that makes me go, ooh, like he does these things with Legos. He creates all kind of things with Legos. He can make a whole house with Legos. He could take a cardboard box, bro, and make a house out that bitch. Just cut it up, have it all in detail and everything. I got a video. I could post the shit and let the world see. Dude,
Right,
fucking dope.
right.
I was high fiving and liking a lot of his things, but LJ wasn't doing anything. He didn't have anything to show or a talent that he was displaying. And
Right.
so, like, why you mad, dog? Like, your brother is dope. Why don't you learn something or
Get encouraged. Get encouraged.
get encouraged to find what you're good at, so you can showcase what you got going on. Other than that, what I'm gonna be happy that you watching YouTube and playing fucking Fortnite and Roblox.
Right. Yeah.
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 So yeah, the
We got it.
jealousy is there, but you just can't switch up the love that you show.
Yeah, definitely. Um,
We got
got
some more.
another comment. The one that said, "I've been a bonus mom for 13 years. I love it. The first 9 years was rough between me and his mom, but the last 4 years before she passed away, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, was amazing. She told me I made her grow up and be a better mom. That's dope.
That's
That's
dope.
dope. I wish that could have happened in in our situation. And for a minute, I thought it was, but it declined because again, if the focus went off of the kids, and once the focus went off the kids, that was the end of it. Emotions got involved, and that was it. That killed everything. You
Yeah,
know.
that's what I'm just continuously keep dealing with is people's emotions. And now that I don't entertain it, and I'm about to start using her emotions against her, um, I've just been able to, you know, live freely. She thinks that I'm more cocky now and arrogant because I'm married, and I'm just like, no, I'm just walking with something that you just don't understand. That's what
Got
God.
it.
That's all.
Indeed. Indeed.
You a Gentile, so I don't even expect you to understand what I'm on anyway.
Right. Let's see. Herman said, "My stepfather never introduced me as his stepchild, always as his son. Made a huge difference in me being raised by him." That's dope. That's
That's
dope. I will. And you know what? The horror story. It was a lot of horror stories from people having stepdads.
mm,
I had one. No, he wasn't the worst dude alive. However, he could have did better. Little did I know, he wasn't a father to his own kids. So that had me looking at my mom different. Like, how you gonna mess with a dude that got kids, don't
and
mess with his own kids, and thought he was gonna do something for me? How was he supposed to help you? Stepfather is supposed to step in and be the father. What is you doing? Huh? So yeah, I had a big problem
well,
once I realized what the issue was. So Herman, that's dope, man. That was great. You know what I'm saying? So I wish I had that. I wish I had that with having a stepdad. But unfortunately things went a different way. But you know what? I learned from that. Between my father not being there with me, when I was growing up, and him, I knew exactly what not to be. So
mm,
thank you. I ain't even mad at y'all. Good
oh,
looking out. Cause
so
I did better than both of y'all put together. No
well,
shade, it's just facts. So it's all good. It's all good.
honestly, the father figure I had was my uncle Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
That was and honestly, my brother-in-law too, Herman. Those are
Yep.
the two other like influences that kind of actually saved my manhood foundation on how to be a man and how to raise children. Because you know Uncle Kenny, man, he stepped in and he filled a huge void, because my mom never remarried. She had
Right.
she had Richard Brown, but he was cool.
Right.
I him or felt like that was a father figure. I felt like what up, homie? It's kind of felt how I kind of took
Yeah.
him.
Like
Respect
you
for
was
I had respect for him. I had the utmost respect for him, but I just didn't look at him as a dad figure. But
right.
Kenny, he laid the law down, and he made me feel like I was one of his, even though I wasn't. Like still to this day, like I'm one of his children.
Absolutely.
I've been
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
That's
and I
how,
used to go there so much and be around so much. So, all that history and time together and all that spent. Yeah, like him and my brother-in-law, just watching how he raised, my three nieces and be a husband and being around and watching his demeanor and seeing everything that he's been doing. Like, I've learned that from him. Like, oh, wow, that's how a man is supposed to take care of his family. That's
absolutely.
supposed to raise his kids. That's how a man's supposed to treat his wife and love his wife. and do everything, protect her and everything else. Those two main influences is what taught me how to do what I'm doing right now.
Absolutely. You know, what you learned, what you got from Kenny and Herman, I got a little bit from Scotty when I stayed with him in Florida. When I got sent to Florida, he taught me a lot, bro. And you know, I got homesick. Real talk. If it wasn't for me missing you and James, because that's all I really missed. I was like, dog, it's dope down here. You know, the weather's nice, all of that. But and I made friends. It just was not the same without you and James. Like I felt like I needed y'all there to just keep me focused or whatever. I don't know what I was missing, but that's the only reason why I didn't stay down there. I acted a fool until I got sent back up here. But that little time I was there, that I think it was a year and a half, maybe 2 years, he taught me a lot, bro. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like I brushed up on my manners. I brushed up on my independence. So he taught me a lot in that little bit of time I was there. So that was imperative, you know.
Mm.
Uh let's see
Oh,
what's go ahead,
damn,
go ahead.
I fucked up. I fucked up. I can't forget about my granddad. Oh my god, damn.
Uncle Willie. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I don't know how the fuck I forget him and didn't have him in my mind. Oh man, I feel bad. But anywho, yeah, my grandfather also.
Yeah, that's
Grandfather.
what's up. Let's get some more of these comments before we get up out of here.
Yeah, we got some more comments. Let's go.
Yeah, let me see where said Reese said, I don't give any energy to whatever the four women feel about me, but about being with the father of their children. I care what they feel about me as a person, as a mother to their children. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's how you're supposed to feel.
yeah, for sure.
That's all that matters. I mean, because if you a messed up person or parent, it's gonna show, and
Mm.
then that's when the real problems are gonna come in.
Yeah, cause
So
wait a minute, you fucked up, nigga, and you don't want this motherfucker teaching your kids some fucked up shit.
right, exactly. Um,
Yeah,
Sit with T. She said some step parents are amazing, but some are very jealous and envious. So it's pros and cons to some step parents. Absolutely,
yeah, it's
absolutely.
true.
I you know one thing I could tell you is this, T. I had moments where I was trying to enjoy my time with Anaya, and it turned into a downer for me. I didn't say nothing about it. I didn't act on it, but I was just sitting there like, dog, why can't I do this with my kids? And I started feeling like weird, like even to a point where, you know, Shahina would my wife would get phone calls from Anaya all the time. And I'm sitting there looking like, dog, why don't I have this with my kids? What is going on? I don't do drugs. I'm not a degenerate gambler. I'm not an abuser. I ain't never kidnapped no kids. I ain't did nothing to make anybody feel like I wouldn't be a good parent. You feel me? So I've had my moments of jealousy that I haven't really. I mean, I said something about them, but I didn't really go into depth how it was making me feel. So, but I never acted on it. So, yeah, that is a downside. However, it's all about how you deal with it. That's when you gotta turn those negatives into positives. And that's what I did in that situation.
Mm,
So yeah. Let's see.
that's up.
Yeah, man. Um,
So are you saying?
huh?
Huh? So are you saying you are their mother? I don't know who that is, but that question
Is
is clear. It makes no sense at all.
that a
Or
co-maternal relationship?
a co-marital relationship.
I'm not. You gotta give us more. Okay. Never mind. She talking to Reese, cuz.
Oh,
Yeah. I was confused. I'm like, huh? I'm about
what
to
the
say
hell?
somebody need to give her the boot.
About
But
to say,
never mind. We see what's going on now. uh, quick question, man. Quick question before we get up out of here. Do you feel like your parenting situation would be different if you wasn't married to Alex?
yes,
If you was married to anybody else, you feel like
yes.
it'd be totally different?
It would be totally different.
Mm.
It would be totally different. It
What?
actually, I don't, I damn sure wouldn't be in the situation I'm in right now. I tell you that. Damn
Yeah,
sure.
got you.
Do I feel some sort of way about it, or am I mad at Alex or at Dominic and Sophie and being in my life? No. Mm-mm.
Okay,
Nope.
got you.
They don't. I don't feel any sort of way about being around them that's harming or hurting my situation. It's because it ain't me or them at all. It ain't.
Absolutely.
It's just it's an individual who's just caught up in their emotions. They won't grow up. They still don't know who they are at this age,
Mm-hmm.
and they're emotionally unstable. And so, when you're emotionally unstable as a woman, that's why women are key. Effectively, I mean, you definitely both, but for sure, if the mother is unstable, you got some praying to do for your kids.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely. Tahina says that all the time.
if the mother is not stable, kids are fucking doomed.
Absolutely.
So when
Yeah.
you get like that, all you can do is what you can and keep praying and keep praying. And I just figured once it get to a point where LJ is like, it's up to him now. You know what I'm saying? It's up to him to have that Eureka moment where it's like, bing, hold up, this ain't. I'm getting fed up with, because I'm telling you, it's gonna get to a point where, it's gonna be just like the Boys in the Hood situation.
Yeah.
Angela packed up Trey, got to talking, and you gotta live with your father.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And Lawrence Fishburne, he taking them damn bags out the car, and he living in South Central now. It's gonna become a time where that's going to happen.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, man. Um,
How you feel?
for me, I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be different, but it wouldn't be too much. It wouldn't be that different. You know why? Because my toes was getting stepped on as a father when I was with my ex. So realistically, this my me by me being married to Shahina, that was just the icing on the cake to make things crazier than what they already was. But it definitely, I don't feel like it'd be that much different. Like, let's just say I was married to somebody different, right? I'm married to somebody she never knew before, never was familiar with anything. All she would try to do in that situation, and I'm going off of the person who I know her to be as of right now.
Mm,
So all she would do is try to manipulate and control something within the woman that I'm with anyway. If she couldn't control and manipulate me through the kids, she was gonna try to control and manipulate the next person. So I
mm,
feel like it just became a bigger problem because I'm with a stronger woman than what she is. So now she can't do anything, you
mm.
know. So now that I've taken the power back, my wife already strong and got power on her own. It's a wrap.
Right.
There's
Fact.
nothing you can do at this point. However, I don't feel like my situation would be that much different. It wouldn't get as bad as it did, but it'd still be some mess, and it'd still be up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you're dealing with somebody that's a narcissist and a control freak at the same time, you're gonna have some big problems, buddy. You know, you might as well pack a
It,
bag.
the chess game. It literally becomes a chess game because
Absolutely.
that's exactly what I'm co-parenting with.
Yeah.
So, well, we're not even actually co-parenting because we're parenting in parallels. She's doing her own thing, whatever the fuck she wants to do, and I'm doing me.
Right.
And there's no middle ground. There's no nothing here. Now, as of late, because she feels in her vulnerable state. It's like when she gets in this vulnerable state, she becomes my friend. And usually what I would do, because I'm like, damn, okay, cool, things are getting good. All right, as communication is, cool. Ain't no, talking shit or no shit like that going on. So it's like, all right, bet. I ain't, this shit is starting to die out. Then something happens, then boom, here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, what I want her to learn how to, do is when we have a disagreement, it shouldn't have to go to a court situation
Absolutely. Or CPS.
or CPS.
Yep.
Especially if you're not even willing to have the conversation with, me or my wife about the situation that happened with your son and
Right.
what our son alluded to, what she might have done is not the full story. So as a parent and as a mother, especially a mother, but you would want to go, all right, let me talk to this woman to woman, mother to mother, what's going on with our sons. Let's get this, situation put to bed. But people don't have that type of maturity. I can sit in front of my enemy and have a conversation with him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could do the same thing. I could put aside my differences for the kids all day. It's no thing. Like, what I've been through, dog. Like, I've been through so much. I could be holding a grudge like I'm a woman, like I'm the bitter woman. And I'm not, because guess what? That ain't no good for my children, bro.
Not, not.
So we could co-parent just fine and get along, but we don't have to be friends because that friendship is not there. But we could do what's best for our kids. And the fact that you're not mentally ready and I am, we're never going to be on the same page.
Nope.
And that's it. I'll be here waiting. I'm pretty sure B gonna come knocking on my door at 13, 12 maybe. So hey,
Yep.
it is what it is.
Yeah, too. Like I've been trying to, like I was saying, we talked. Like I said, I mentioned to these on the phone with you. Like once my parents split up, bro, it was no communication at all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially divorce was final. My mama washed her hands with dude.
Yeah.
My daddy went to live his life. Not mad. That's
Right.
the path that they chose, right? I didn't want that because that affected me.
Yeah.
In a lot of
Even though you was older, it still affected you.
it still affected me, bro. That shit kind of felt fucked up, especially when I was involved in church and seeing how, other kids, they had their parents together and they was all happy and talking and shit. And I'm like, man, fuck this shit, man. What the fuck? Like, I felt some sort of way. So I was lashing out. There's a lot of things that was going on with your boy, but I maneuvered through and figured my way through it. But that does something mentally to a kid, and I didn't want that for LJ. I wanted my son to be able to have both his parents, if either they're together, to married or not, that they both would still be cool and solid and have a good family,
Dynamic.
so that way he can still feel secure within himself. Like, okay, even though my parents are not together, but they still are friends, they're still together, we still can be actually a family together, and it's all good. And mentally they need that. But she chose to be in her emotions, and what it is, I just gotta wait. That's all.
Yeah. It's a waiting game. You gotta be patient and have that type of relationship with the Lord. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. As long as you got faith, do your job, you good. That's it, man. Hey, everybody, we appreciate y'all joining, riding, and vibing, man. This was good. This was good.
Definitely a good one, man. Definitely appreciate y'all tapping in and leaving y'all comments. Next week we're gonna have a real good one. I'll post the comments and as far as what we're gonna talk about, for next week's episode. So please tap in live Tuesday at 8.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for joining, riding, and vibing, ladies and gentlemen.
Be
out of here.
slow that.